Also, I would like to add that previous group 4, right? Group 4, the introduction with all your photos are so beautiful. Everyone's so beautiful. Okay, that's all. Okay, continue group 2.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, Miss. Hauni, have you started recording? Okay, thank you. Right. Good morning and hello. I bid to Miss Maya and my fellow course mates. Today, my group, which is Group 2, is going to present our grammar analysis presentation. So, our group includes me, Aisha Sajida, Nur Sheka, Amy Vanessa, Nur Irdina, Putri Nur Emeline Balkish, Hani Zuleka, Santia, and Emir Irfan. Next slide, please. So before starting, I would like to introduce our contents that we are going to discuss today. So we are going to discuss about punctuation error, incorrect use of word, syntax error, incorrect use of preposition, incorrect use of article, capitalization, incorrect plural agreement, and lastly, incorrect use of pronoun. Next slide, please. Okay, so what are grammatical errors actually? There are a term in grammar, and they are used to describe examples of incorrect application of grammars. For example, inappropriate verb tense. So I have put one example of grammatical errors here. So the error would be at Friday, and the correction should be on Friday. The type of error here is preposition. So that is how grammatical errors are used. Next slide, please. Okay, just like what I had mentioned just now, one of the error that we are going to discuss today is about punctuation errors. So first of all, what is punctuation actually? Punctuation is the use of special symbols added in writing in order to separate phrases and sentences to show that something is a question, etc. Therefore, punctuation errors is the wrong use of the special symbols such as comma, period, exclamation mark, and many more. The first materials that I got here for punctuation error is a signboard that says, please don't encourage beggars. If you do so, Ludhiana will become a city of beggars within 3 years. So the error here for punctuation error is if you do so, Ludhiana. So as you guys can notice here, there is no comma stated there. The correction should be if you do so, comma, Ludhiana. The missing punctuation in the sentence is a comma between the words so and Ludhiana. The comma is very important as it helps readers to find out which words are combined in a sentence. This is to make sure the readers will not feel confused as what the message are trying to be conveyed. Next slide, please. The second material that we got here is also a signboard. So the error here is no alcohol allowed. As you guys notice, there is no period symbol after the word allowed. So the period symbol at the end of the sentence is essential in order to signal the end of a sentence. The correction should be no alcohol allowed with a period mark. Next slide. The third material here is also a signboard, which says, welcome back, hope you had a good break. So the error here for punctuation error is, welcome back, hope you had a good break. The correction should be, welcome back, comma, hope you had a good break, exclamation mark, I'm sorry. So the comma here is used to show a separation of ideas within a sentence, just like what I had mentioned in the first material. The exclamation mark is used to emphasize a sentence and also express the excitement of welcoming students back to school. Next slide, please. That's all for my part. Now I shall pass the slide for Santia.
Okay, thank you so much, Aisha. Now I'll be presenting the second type of grammar error, which is incorrect use of words. This often occurs due to words that sound similar, different meanings, and misuse of common terms in our daily informal speech. Okay. Now, the first picture that we are looking at says, please don't encourage beggars. If you do so, Ludhiana will become a city of beggars within 3 years. The error here is within. Both of the words with and in have to be combined since they will give different meanings if there is a space between them. The word within provides an indefinite time frame with boundaries which fits with the phrase that came afterwards, 3 years. Hence, the correct answer is within. Now we have the second picture which says, welcome back, hope you had a good break. Right off the bat, we can see that break is being used incorrectly in the sentence. That break can be both a noun and a verb, and it refers to a brake pedal in vehicles and also to slow down. In this material, it is supposed to mean break because it is about a school holiday. A break is a period in which students are temporarily dismissed from their school. So the correct answer to this will be a good break. Finally, the last picture for incorrect use of words. We sell dog children's, boys and girls. There are two errors here. Now let's start off with dog children's. In this context, using the word dog children's is wrong. Children is the plural form of child, and we don't use children for baby animals. Many baby animals are given their own specific names to differentiate them from mature animals of the same species. So for example, a baby dog is referred to a puppy. Hence, the correct answer is puppy. The second error here is boys and girls. In this case, using the words boys and girls is wrong. The word boys and girls are used for people. For animal to label their gender, we use male and female. Therefore, the correct answer is male and female. Now, that is all from me. I'll now let Laika continue with the third type of error.
Thank you, San. Next slide, please. Okay. So now I'll continue with next grammatical error, which is syntax error. So what is syntax error? Syntax error is a mistake in using a language that involves organizing words and phrases that don't make sense. Examples of syntax errors are missing a comma or a quotation mark or misspelling a word. Next slide, please. Okay, so this is the first material. Oh, okay. So as you can see here, there is misspelling error. So the error is hope you had, which basically had has no meaning, while had is a past tense to have and has. It shows that the school break is over. So the correction for this error is hope you had, H-A-D without E. Next slide, please. So the next error is also misspelling error. So the error that we list down here, there's kind of a lot, which is act and plan and corrupt and law, creating a strategic essential products. So most of them are missing the last vowel, and this mistake automatically makes the words meaningless. So the correction for these errors are action plan, anti-corruption law, creating a strategic, and also essential products. So this is the last one for syntax error. ABC Children's Academy. Children's without D. So children's has no meaning. Meanwhile, children's is a plural for a child. So correction must be ABC Children's Academy. Now I'll pass next grammatical error to the next presenter.
Alright, I am going to present about preposition. First, I want to tell you that preposition is a word or group of words that is used with a noun, pronoun, or noun phrase to show direction, location, or time, or to introduce an object. Example of incorrect use of preposition is misusing prepositions. Alright, let's move on to the next preposition error. Next slide, please. Alright, 1 meter apart with others. We should replace the word with to from. Why? Because the preposition with is not suitable for the sentence and it should be from. So it becomes 1 meter apart from others. The next preposition error is buy one, get one free. We should say it as buy one, get one for free. Why? Because the preposition for is necessary because the word free in the sentence is not a noun, but instead it acts as an adverb. If there is no preposition between the word one and free, readers will possibly misunderstand the word free as an item. Next slide. So the last preposition error from our group is inconvenience. The correct way to say it is any inconvenience. Why? Because prepositions indicate the connection between words in a sentence. Most prepositions have multiple definitions. Their meaning varies greatly in different contexts. Prepositions frequently indicate where one noun is in relation to another. However, they can also represent more abstract concepts such as purpose or contrast. In this context, we should not use preposition because the word convenience is not referring to any specific time or place but a general thing. That's all from me, so I'm passing the presentation to the next person.
Thank you, Dina. So I'm going to present about the incorrect use of article. Before I go any further, let me explain to you what article is. An article is any member of a class of dedicated words that are used with noun phrases to mark the identifiability of the reference of the noun phrases. In English, the and a, an are articles which combine with nouns to form noun phrases. Next slide, please. Okay, so here's the material one, and the error here is its biggest size around the age 14. The definite article the is used before singular or plural noun. So the correction is its biggest size around the age of 14. So we should add the definite article the before age of 14. Next slide, please. So for example 2, the error here is it takes 10 to 15 exposures to food. We know that food is a noun and it's a singular noun. So the correction is it takes 10 to 15 exposures to a food. We should use the definite article a before food. Next slide, please. So the last incorrect of use article is if you have fever. It's actually if you have a fever. We also have to use the definite article a before fever. There's a very short part of me, so I'm going to hand this presentation to the next presenter. Thank you.
Hi, hello everyone. First and foremost, I'm very sorry to Miss Maya because I don't think Putri Emmeline can make it today because she has a slow internet connection, so she cannot present today. So I'm going to be presenting for her part. Okay, the next error for our group is capitalization errors. Before going any further, let me explain what is capitalization. So capitalization is the writing of a word with its first letter in uppercase and the remaining letters in lowercase. To focus attention on particular elements within any groups of people, places, or things. There are several rules for English capitalization rules. For example, the first word of a sentence, names and other proper nouns, days, months, and holiday, but not seasons. The first word of a quote, most words in title, cities, countries, nationalities, and language, and lastly, time and period events. Next slide, please. Okay, the first material here is come let my students tells you how they from fail to pass in 4 months of class with results proven. The error here is results proven. So the proven here, as you can see, the word P here is capitalized, which they shouldn't be. The correction is results proven with the P became a small letter. So they are incorrectly using initial capitals in shortened forms. The word proven does not have to be capitalized because it is not a special name. Next slide, please. The second one is also a signboard. The error here is become a city of beggars. So the word city is capitalized here, and also the word beggars is capitalized here. Since the word city is connected with the word beggars with the word of here, it is crucial to recognize whether the word beggars is a common or proper noun to decide if we should capitalize the letter C in the word city. The beggars word in the sentence is a common noun, which means that we do not have to capitalize city, as beggars word is just a generic name for a group of people. So the correction should be become a city of beggars. Next slide, please. Lastly, the error here is also can be found on this signboard, which is seat belts must be worn. So the word seat belts is capitalized here. The correction should be seat belts must be worn, with the word be shouldn't be capitalized. There were 4 types of noun, which are proper noun, abstract noun, common noun, and compound noun. In this context, the word seatbelts is actually a compound noun. Compound noun is a noun that is made up of 2 or more words. Sometimes, compound nouns can be joined together by 2 separate words or by a hyphen. For example, ice cream, classmates, and self-confidence. However, a compound noun is more like common noun, so it should not be capitalized. Next slide. Next, I'm going to pass the slide for Amir.
Thank you, Aisha. Now I'm going to present incorrect plural agreement. So a plural form is the form of a noun used to show there are more than one. Most nouns simply add s or es to the end to become plural. Incorrect plural agreement happens when the nouns are used incorrectly. Here are the examples of incorrect plural agreement. 4 cars were involved in a crash yesterday. 4 cars were involved in a crash yesterday. Next, please. So the first error is that this difference does not mean either boys or girls. A plural noun is the form of a noun used to show there are more than one. Most nouns simply add s or es to the end to become plural. Therefore, this difference is wrong. It should be these difference. So the correction is, but these differences does not mean either boys or girls. The second error is 4-pack. The 4-pack is supposed to indicate more than one noun, which automatically makes the noun become a plural noun. When the noun is plural, s has to be added at the end of the noun to show that it is a plural noun. So the correction is 4-packs. Now I'm going to pass the slide to the next presenter.
Okay, so thank you to all my fellow group mates for presenting and explaining their parts of grammatical errors. Without further ado, I'll be presenting the last part of the grammatical errors, which is pronoun. Thus, what is pronoun? So the definition of pronoun is a word that functions as a noun phrase used by itself and that refers either to the participant in the discourse, for example, I or you, or to someone or something mentioned elsewhere in the discourse. For example, he, she, it, this. A pronoun should refer to one clear and unmistakable noun coming from the pronoun. This noun is called the pronoun antecedent. But unfortunately, the pronoun antecedents error happens when a pronoun does not agree with its antecedents, which can create confusion in our writing or in our sentences. Therefore, I'm going to show you guys the two examples of pronoun errors. Next slide. Okay, so one of the examples is Shim Bayu English. Isn't the word you should be your? Well, your is the possessive form of the pronoun you, and this means that the word you is always followed by a noun that belongs to or is associated with you. So the correct sentence is Shame by you English. Your English. Okay, so next. This is one of the major pronoun errors, which is the hidden antecedents. The faulty pronoun reference errors that occur when the pronoun's antecedents function as an adjective rather than a noun. In such cases, true antecedents is hidden or observed from the reader because it has been subordinated to another noun. For example, here is the front part of the brain is called the prefrontal cortex. Is one of the last brain regions to mature. Well, obviously, the prefrontal cortex refers to the front part of the brain, since the front part of the brain is quite big. However, the prefrontal cortex was not mentioned in the next sentences. Therefore, the prefrontal cortex is a hidden antecedent. Thus, it is not clear. So the correct answer is the front part of the brain called the prefrontal cortex. It is one of the last brain regions to mature. Okay, so we sincerely appreciate that we have given this opportunity to present our parts of grammatical error. Thank you so much for your interest and attention.
Okay, thank you, Group 2. So since I think I already checked your slides, right? I already give my feedback. So your slide overall are okay, your presentation are okay. So however, I know that one of you are not here due to poor connection, right? So did she participate in the process?
Yes, miss.
So you all agree to give her the same marks as you, right? Even though she's not here. Okay.
Yes.
So that's all. Thank you. All right. So before, wait, let me